Another big question that we get asked from time to time is the difference between open tube and closed or sealed tube. There are significant differences between these two types of X-ray sources. And your application is going to drive the requirement of a seal or closed tube or an open tube. But before we get there, let me go over the basics, right? What is an open tube and what is a sealed tube? So let's start with a closed or sealed tube. Closed tube looks like this, right? This is an old one. This is about 120 years old, so pretty old. It's from one of our X-ray fluorescent shoe scanning systems, so shoe feeding systems. If you're curious about how they worked and how much radiation people get exposed to, please check one of our videos so you can check it out. So this X-ray tube is about 120 years old. It's a sealed tube. And what that means is that there is this glass envelope that has vacuum inside. And inside this vacuum container, we have the filament here on the side and the target. So X-ray photons are created when the free electrons from the filament are warmed up, they're released from the filament, they accelerate towards the target, they hit the target, and then they create X-ray photons, they exit through this vacuum tube. New tubes, of course, there's a lot of sophistication to aim those electrons better, to get a smaller spot size, to get higher resolution, etc., etc. So, but that's fundamentally what a sealed tube is, right? It's one, looks like an old light bulb, right? It's a light bulb, but that's the technology. You have vacuum sealed filament target. The open tube, on the other hand, is a similar concept. You still have a filament, you still have a target, but you have the ability to open this vacuum enclosure and replace the filament as needed, which is great, right? Because from the closed tube, the failure mode of these devices is the filament eventually breaks because it gets warmed up, cool off, warmed up, cool off, and you have all this thermal cycle on the filament. Eventually, it ruptures and the closed tube has to be replaced. On open tubes, you can replace the filament yourself. But once you replace the filament, you have to close the tube again and apply vacuum, right? Because those electrons, they can't see any oxygen molecules or nitrogen atoms between the filament and the target. So you do have to apply a vacuum before you can use the tube again. And that vacuum pump and some of the other things add maintenance to the open tube when you're going to use it, which you don't have in the closed tube. So those are the pros and cons of each one of those two technologies. The closed tubes, this gap between the glass window, the beryllium window, and the spot size. And if you have a small component like a BGA or a silicon wafer, you want to be able to bring that sample as close as possible to the target to get you as much magnification as possible. With a transmissive source like this, in this case it's called a reflective source because the X-rays reflect on the target to create X-ray photons. There's also that gap between the target and the sample, which limits the amount of magnification you can achieve. Now, that's not the end of the story for closed tubes. There is a fairly new, maybe 5-10-year-old technology in the market. It's called transmissive tube. So it's a type of closed tube, so you don't have to replace filament, you don't have to apply vacuum, etc., etc. It's a closed tube, but the target, instead of reflecting X-ray electrons, it transmits. So the target is the window on the tube itself. So the target is going to be right here in the window, which allows you then to bring the sample as close as possible to the target to get the high magnification that you need for smaller components like electronics. There are some limitations with transmissive source. There's a power limitation. So, commercially available transmissive sources are in the 110 kV. So there is a power limitation. So if you have very, very dense samples, you won't be able to penetrate them. Then you have to go to an open tube for those needs. There's more information in our X-ray inspection book. Don't forget to download. It's a free download on the iConnect website. I'm going to post a link on the comments as well, so you can go there and check it out. But that's the summary. Difference between closed tubes and open tubes, and then within closed tubes, reflective and transmissive. Hope this helps. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you have any questions, put in the comments, and in the future we can make a video about it. Thanks for watching.